From next class onwards we are going to use that Anaconda. There is Jupyter network notebook we require to work for the next further sessions. So to install Anaconda Python, Anaconda Navigator, just go and search in Google for Anaconda download. When you search in Google for Anaconda download, so automatically it will appear. It will show that first website link, that anaconda.com. Just click on this one to get install of this Anaconda Navigator. See, if you want to become a data scientist or if you want to do with data analytics, we must need this Anaconda Navigator. So to download and install, just we have to click here. When you click here, so no need to bother about this registration of part here. Just let it be. So here it's downloading the Anaconda 32021. That is a 2021 Anaconda 3 we are installing here. And also in this session you'll get assignments which must done by using this Anaconda Navigator. That is a Python Jupyter notebook we'll use for assignment and analytics part. And some of the assignments we must do with that ideally part. So it's almost downloading it here. So after downloading this Anaconda Navigator, just open that file what we downloaded here. So it's getting finalizing of download. Okay, it's got downloaded. So once you're done with this one, just double click on this exe file, executable file. So when you have, just click on run button. So it's getting installed. Just click on that ideally. So it's showing that just for me or all users required. So it's recommended to use for just me as option. Just click on next option. And the space is required. So 2.9 GB is required to install this Anaconda Navigator. So the space is availability is a 49 GB is available. Just click on this next button. It's showing that the right directory is not an empty. Please choose the different directory to install the different location, which means I already have in my location. Just I wanted to change that installation of the location. Just I'll create. Later on, I'll remove that part. So when you click on desktop or other drive, you can select to install this one. So on desktop, I'm going to create a folder. So by clicking that option is available, make a new folder here. On desktop, we are clicking new folder. So new folder, just we are installing. So it's created inside of Arduino IDE. So let me come out of this one and let us create. So make new folder inside of this one, Anaconda. Rename of this file Anaconda Navigator. Just a created folder. So in general, in your system by default it will select and it will install. It's not accessing of it. It is true one thing. Let me select that my PC. Inside my PC, I'm going to select the old batch. It's not empty folder because it's completely required an empty folder we must require to install this one. Okay, I'm creating in downloads. Later on, I'll remove that one. The directory is not an empty. So to do this one, you have to create a folder, because that folder must contain empty. Or let us create a Winkeys. Just I'm creating a folder. So after selecting that one, it's showing the two options. You must select this option of add path to this one, default, and register anaconda is my default path. So when we click on this one, it's asking us to be default path. So when you click in this one, it's getting down installing anaconda navigator in our system. See here, the folder is got created and it's installing, because in my laptop already I have anaconda navigator here. Anaconda Navigator have it, and also Jupyter Notebook is there. Just I am showing how to install Anaconda Navigator in your system. It's almost done installing of it. See, after installing, let me show that I already have the part of Anaconda Navigator. So in that one, just click of Anaconda. When you search for the Anaconda, it's showing that a green color part of Anaconda Navigator, Anaconda 3. When you click on this one, it will open an existing Anaconda Navigator in my system. So it's almost done. See, while opening on your desktop, it shows this part like a green color one. When we open Anaconda Navigator, it takes a while. It's getting open. So it's taking much time to open, because in parallel we are installing one more Anaconda. That's why the most of the part of processor is occupied with it installation. See, when we open this Anaconda Navigator, it appears like this. So there we have the different applications are available in the base root of Python, that is Anaconda Navigator. The first option is showing that cmd.exe is a prompt, command prompt. Sorry, as we are using in our system as a command prompt, and later we have the data log. So it's completely for data analysis. It's an online data analysis tool with a smart coding assistance by JetBrains. And when come to that IBM Watson Studio, we have this for cloud IBM Watson Studio, and it is also as an analyze and visualization tool, and Jupyter Lab. So an extensible environment for interactive, reproducible, and computing option. So it's like a Jupyter Notebook Achieve part, and we are going to use here a Jupyter Notebook, which is available here in here. This Jupyter Notebook we are using 6.3.0 to which will be used as a editor to write the programs and to execute them as an individual cells. And there also we have that PowerShell prompt, which is like current environment. If you want to work with the current environment from the navigator, we'll use this one. And also Qt console to create the GUI application, graphical user interface applications we'll use here. And Spider is like a Python development environment tool, which will be like it's like a same debugging and interaction with the deep learning concepts. We'll use this one. And when you go to the Glue is for multi-dimensional data visualization, we'll use this one. And Orange is also like a visualization data tool. And PyCharm, as we know that PyCharm is for developing of web application by using Python with the help of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery and SQL. And come to the RStudio, when you want to work with the deep learning projects, we require R language. There we require this RStudio. So at present, we are going to use this Jupyter notebook. We are going to launch this Jupyter notebook here. So out of this, we are going to use this Jupyter notebook to write the codes and to execute them in on web server, web REST based. So this Jupyter notebook will work on a browser based working environment here. See, when we open this one, it's showing the different folders available here. So it's completely working on local host. It's all completely opened in Google Chrome. I selected as default. We can also use that Internet Explorer or Firefox can also be used, or any browser can be used to support this. But it's recommended to use the Google Chrome because it appears properly instead of like Firefox and Internet Explorer. So here when you open this one, it's showing that the different options available here. One is it's showing that logout and quit an option, and here with the files whatever available in the current directory. These are the folders which are available in our folder part. And when you come to the running, what are the modules it's running at present? No terminals are running here. And what are the clusters we are running here? In general we'll use in for IPython. So we are not using these clusters for that one. We'll move on to the files option. When you go to the files option here, it's showing that to upload, and also one more option is available here, that is a new. When you click on the new button here, it's showing the drop down which consists of Python 3, and other options we have text file, folder, and terminal. To create the folder, when you want to work with a project, we must create a folder, the folder which consists of all the files what we write. So let us create a folder here. Just I'm creating a folder here. When you click on the folder, it's got created with an untitled folder here. See, 6 seconds ago, it's got created an empty folder, untitled folder. Once you check this box, after checking this box, just go to the top of this page, and there we have that rename option. Okay, so rename option is available here. So just we are going to create Python, the ultimate Python program, that let me create 001 to get which appear in starting of the folders. So ultimate Python programming workshop, like internship 2021. Just I'm creating here. When you create a folder, the folder is got created here. When you open this folder, it's showing nothing here. So the notebook list is empty. It's completely empty. Nothing we have inside of this one. So to create a file which we are going to write the programs will be done by clicking on new option. Simply select here. We are going to work with the Python 3. I'm going to select the Python 3 version. It's creating an untitled file of notebook, Jupyter notebook here. The untitled part is showing here. When you click on this one, here we are going to rename it an introduction part. We created introduction part. So just we are going to give that number proceed with this one, which appears first part. Rename. Just we are renamed, and 01 introduction part. It's showing that an unsaved changes. If you want to convert this auto saved system, just click on this save button. When you click on this auto saved system, will be moved. That means, so whatever we write, which data will be automatically saved. There is no need of saving by manually. So whatever the part appeared here, so many things are appeared here. Menu system, we have that file, edit, view, insert, cell, kernel, and widgets, and help, we have it. So these are the many we have available. And and here also we have the save button and also plus symbol, which is used to create new cell. When you click on this one, new cell is got creating. To cut the cells, we have that scissor symbol here. We can cut this one, and if you want to paste it here, copy selected cells. If you want to copy it, if you want to paste it, we will use this one. And to move that up and down, move the selected cells to up and down, we'll use these arrows. And to run the code after writing in a cell, we'll use this run button. The shortcut for this one is control enter. When you write something here, if you press control plus enter, this cell will be executed. And to stop the execution, sometimes it will be goes to that infinite loop. It will not give the output. At the time, you have to interrupt the kernel. When you select this one, it's showing that interrupt the kernel. And we have that. So we have that restart the kernel. If you want to do it with the dialog box, and we have to restart the kernel and run the whole notebook. If you want to run that, restart and run that one. Or also we have that option, some options available here. The defaultly it's showing is the option of coding. When you click on this one, we have markdown and draw NB convert and also heading. I'll show that how to use these one by one clearly. And along that one, we have some more options available here in the open the command palette here. When you open this one, some more options are available here. So which is written something informative here. So whatever the options there I shown there, it clearly mentioned that automatically indent selection. There is shortcut codes, command mode 1. So change the cell to heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5. There you have that shortcut codes here. And confirm restart kernel, a command is 0, 0, and escape will use to close the pager. And confirm, we have the shortcut codes here available. You can get them by reading about these shortcut keys. Okay, let us move on to that. First, on cell, when you select a cell, it's showing that in the blue color, which consists of nothing here. And on left side of this one, it starts with the IN of square brackets colon. So here the IN inside of this one, it represents number of how many number of times you are executing the same cell. That means order of cell execution. Let us write something like here. So if you want to print something, there we have print function, which is available in Python. Just I'm printing. Hello guys, how are you doing? Just I'm showing here. So let us write. So the two methods there we have to run this cell. After writing, it's got selected and it terminated to turned into green color. So previously it's a blue color. Now it's going to turn to green color. Now when we click on run button, it's automatically shown that output. And parallelly we got a number is appeared here inside of a cell. When I run this cell part again, see the number is got increased. A cell without content is appeared in blue color, content with cell with content is green color. So when I run it again, it's third. If I write some more information here in this cell, hello 1 2 3, just I given it. When I run this one, is a fourth one. See the order of this cell run is fourth time. If I run 4 cell again, now it will become fifth time. So that means order is got increased. What is the order we are following to execute this one? So this is the cell uses. In the same way, if you want to make it as a heading here, if I want to create an heading here, I want to write some information. I'm going to keep a title of this. So we can do it by writing, selecting here. I'm going to select this heading option. When you select, it's showing one hash symbol without IN part here. We don't have any IN part here. Now it has. So here I'm writing hello. This is my heading part. Heading part here. Let us see it's turned to markdown. We have to select heading part only. Say I run that one. This is a completely text header is got created here. I want to create text header 2, which size is lesser than this one. I'm going to create text header here. Here I'm going to write heading and select text header. I'm writing an information over here. So So hello, this is text header 2, header 2. So if you want to reduce the size of this one, just we have to append or add one more hash symbol to this one. The size of this heading is smaller than this one. If you want to reduce it more than that, just what I'm going to do, I copy this one and make it a paste here, and I'm going to remove this head, and I'm going to select heading part here, and I have to add three more, or two or three. When you reduce it, now when you run it, the size of the file is got reduced. I'm going to run this cell also. Now the size of head is got reducing is a part 3, is a heading 3. We can also edit by clicking this one, heading 3. When you run this one, it's heading 3. Now if you want to create a text, only text, so I am writing a paragraph text, here, which explains about our work, okay, our workflow. So if you want to make it is a paragraph, like you can write multiple lines here. So hello, this is a sample text for understanding our work and algorithms. Just written 2 lines of text here. I want to make it as a only text printing. Just go and select that as a markdown option. It's showing that's only, when you run it, it's showing that only text part. So like this, we can create a text and informative message over here by using the cell part. See, when you compare with the ideally, it's very flexible to write that multiple programs in the single file. See, I'm not creating a new file with a new name, just I'm saving everything in a single file. So which will help us to create the program and project of data science or relevant to data analytics or anything. So if you want to write the comment lines, as we know that in Python, which consists of single line comments, which will be represented with the hash symbol. Uh, this is a single line comment part. Just I'm writing it. So when you run this code, control plus enter, when you click on this one, it's a single line comment. This is not non-executable line. So this line will not be executed at any cost. Okay, this is the method of creating. And if you want to write multiple line comments, either triple single quotes can be used to write hello. This is a multiple line comments in Python. We can write any number of lines of comments. Lines of comments. It's here. We just will run it. Okay. See, whatever the text we given, it's complete showing that's the comment lines. Triple double quotes can be used to write a multi-line comments here. So hello, this is multi-line comments. Okay, just we written this one. Okay, so in this way we can use the multi-line comments here. Now when you write something like just I'm assigning a value to the variable a here. When you run this one, it's got run. When you want to print this one, its cells are interconnected. The cell here, 10th cell and 11th cell are interconnected, and all these cells are interconnected. If I modify the value of a here, a equal to 30, now if you print that a value, if I print that a value, this one, if I run this one, the value is what modified. See, this line is exactly after this line, but even though the order system will be followed here, this is the 12th one and this is the 13th one. If I run this one, 14th, if I run this one, now we'll get 10 is what modified. So the Python Jupyter notebook, the execution of part is it follows that order system. How we are executing, what is the line executable line of order system. So that's all the cells what we have in the file, in the same file, all are dependent All the lines are dependent lines. Okay, so I think it's still installing of new version. See here, completely the setup was completed successfully. After this one, just click on this next button and click on next and click on finish. Okay, just finish of it. Okay, so just clicking on this one and click on this one. So it's completely installed with the part of. So let me show that where it's installed, the folder of. So on downloads, it's got installed in downloads with the folder name of here. So this is the path what where we installed our new version of Python Anaconda Navigator. So these are these many files got installed. See, while we installed along with the Python, while we installed Anaconda Navigator, Python is got also installed because completely we are depending on Python. Okay, so these are the libraries. When we open this one by one, when we open that include, so there are a lot of files which are available here. All comes under header files. See, the file name is type of the file is header files, which are available in this one. So a lot of header files are available. Because of this reason, Python is called rich in library. As I said that most of the things are available here in the libraries, which will include them to use them in our programs or projects. See here, most of the part is available as a header file. Okay, there is no need of writing much program in a Python. So if you want to write C Python, there we have that C Python. See here also we have some header files which are available for to work with that C Python, C plus Python. Okay, so like some parts are available here, and also there we have bin folder. So it's completely DLL files are available here, which are completely dependent files. Okay, without help of these files, we cannot connect Python without library files. Okay, so these are the packages, and also we have the pkgs. These are called packages available in a Python. All these are packages. See, a lot of packages are available here. Simply we'll import them and utilize them in our projects. See, these many packages. That's why Python is called completely rich in library. So a lot of things available in Python which will import and use them in our programs. Okay, so like a C Python, we have that C Python here. Inside of this library we'll have that. So again we have the site package, that C Python we open, and when you open includes, there we have the library C, again C Python, when you open it, all the files will available here. Okay, so that's why Python is called rich in library. We have a lot of files we have in the subfolders available in this installed folder. In installed folder, most of the files available here. Okay, so let me open that. See how you write the code over here. So I've written the code here. Okay, so all of you guys, you must install this Anaconda Navigator in your system, and please post that once you install. If you have any problem while installing, you can post the screenshots of that file installation in a group. Then I can know that what's the mistake you are doing. If it is installed perfectly, no issue. Okay, so because from tomorrow onwards we are going to work with that completely pre-coded files instead of wasting much time for writing the code here. Okay guys, do you have any doubts how to install that Python Anaconda Navigator?